Hello, everyone. It's your favorite FGC VTuber here. No VTuber model again today, but anyways, I wanted to talk about the footage that just came out today earlier. I was initially thinking of doing a reaction to it. I was like, wait, that's like 14 minutes. I don't know if anyone's trailer see that. They could just go watch the trailer themselves. So I'm just gonna have it in the background while I discuss what I did see. So initially, I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen the UI, I was like, oh no, it's Armored Core 5. I'm not a fan of how Armored Core 5's UI looks. But then I realized a bit later, okay, it's not full armored core 5. Thank God, because that shit's kind of annoying going into scan mode from what it looked like. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but like, I just wasn't a fan. I feel like the camera's a bit too out. Hopefully, you could change your FOV, so it's gonna be my first mini complaint, but it's not that bad. I am liking the way the story is set up, sure. But another thing I will say, I guess mini complaint will get all the bad out the way, is it's looking like you're maybe like in some kind of secret mission or something, infiltration. Not too bad. Not entirely sure. Looks, you see this right here, right? Almost kind of open worldy, or I don't know what's a good way to say it, or no hub or something. But uh, I'm not too opposed to it, but I do hope at least there's some room for like the mission structure like the old Armored Core. I don't know why I just really do like that, but it's fine. It doesn't make or break what it is. But outside of that, I think the gameplay footage addressed a lot of the concerns a lot of people had, including myself. But I mean, I figured as much. But as you guys will see a lot from the footage in the background already are seeing it, is that it's an Armored Core game through and through. It's not so much about the mission. Like they're what I like to call not even gimmicks, but they're just what we're used to or how it came. I mean, just look at Resident Evil. Resident Evil went from like fixed camera angles to not fixed camera angles, and the transition was fairly well, right? And if they want to not do the mission structure, I mean, my thing is like you kind of need at least to some degree the mission structure because that's kind of the point of Armored Core games is preparation, this and that, right? But then again, you could still have that if you have to prepare before you go to another, say, area or something like that. So I think there's still a room for it. But then again, where's the shop? I mean, I don't know why it just added a layer of immersion for the Armored Core games that made sense. It's same with like Ace Combat games. Like you have the sortie. That's like that makes sense for machines like this. But I mean, again, maybe these are giant. Maybe you get for this is an exception. Maybe most missions will be handled the same way. Who knows? I mean, I haven't been keeping it up too much, right? But again, I don't want to talk too much about that. But yeah, no, the game. Oh, it's an Armored Core game. That's what I really want to get to. It's like okay, no, this is an Armored Core game. It seems like flight is a lot more easily accessible than it normally would be. Like even by Armored Core 4 standards, which is kind of surprising. So I feel like the robots won't have as much weight, but at the end of the day, you also got to play. I feel like again, same thing. Why I don't really like the huge FOV. I don't know. It's a weird choice, but hey, whatever. Also about the boss battles, and speaking of that, there's one of the things. I mean, Armored Core has always had special boss battles. It's nothing in particular, right? Though something about the ones in six feel a bit, I don't know, bit too turn takey or something in particular. I mean, this one actually looks great, but I mean, I was glad to see that we're still having AC versus AC fights. Thank goodness. Also, another thing I want to note that I really enjoyed was the dialogue that you can hear between pilots when they're in there. Like that's actually such a nice feature. Granted, there was a level of like just what's the word? It's just something ambiance about not even being able to tell what the opponent is thinking or saying, right? But then also it could kind of make it feel a bit dead. It's 50-50, right? It really depends. Armored Core in some instances like, oh man, I wonder what that person's thinking. I think only when you fought maybe fellow mechs, but they actually got dialogue, so that's what kind of helped, right? Like I will say 90% of the time when I fight enemies in Armored Core, I don't assume there's a person behind there because there usually isn't, right? But I think having the semi reminder, as long as it's not too freaking, right? But as long as you get a reminder that, oh yeah, no, there's people in some of these robots, like that can really hit home some of the immersion elements. Oh, we see the mission menu screen, so that really was nice to see. Like, yes, let's go. Well, yeah, nostalgic for me at least. But yeah, no, it's looking like an Armored Core game. That's the thing that I cared about the most. I mean, the developer said as much. That's why to me I have faith because they came in like, no, we're here to make an Armored Core game. And watching the footage, I am completely content. Like that is some Armored Core ass shit right there. Couple shots, two, three, then one shotting with like some other gun. It's like, all right, cool, moving on, taking other people, different lock on. Like nah, that's some Armored Core. Zip zapping left, right, like nah, nah, nah. I was personally very content with what we got. Again, my biggest thing is just I hope we do at least get some missions. I don't mind having like an infiltrator along, winded sequence with traveling and shit. All of the complaint is like I wish we could have got co-op. I mean, yeah, I know you guys tried with five. The problem with five is you guys just did it kind of in a wrong way, if that makes sense. Like we would want both. We want to be able to have single player and online co-op, not one or the other. Give us both, right? Also, the environments are looking amazing. I gotta mention that much. But yeah, also the mech kind of looks like almost like a toy figure compared to the rest of the environment. I guess that's another complaint. Like I said, I think the FOV is too high. The mech looks just too small. And it's too in the center of the screen, if that makes sense. I think it should be a bit lower. But that's just me. I mean, hopefully there's some ways to change it. I mean, granted, there's also mods on PC, but sadly, I'm going to be stuck with the PlayStation version. And yeah, and of course, the giant enemy. Oh no, that's Armored Core Flux, so that's nothing special if any of you guys have played Armored Core, especially 4. But yeah, no, that's it. That's all I wanted to get my thoughts on. Is that I am looking very content. I barely finished one earlier. Also, I don't know why, but I'm getting a lot of like Armored Core 6 almost feels like a reboot of 1 in a sort of way, if that makes I don't know, maybe because I was just done playing 1, so I see a lot of the oh shit. So I feel like I can confidently say it's definitely gonna be an Armored Core game. It definitely looks like it took some influences from some of the from previous From Software games. But at this point it's more like a nitpick than anything, and it seems we'll still definitely have missions. So I'm with it, man. But hopefully you guys are just excited as me. I just wanted to get my thoughts out because I know that's something that a lot of people have been thinking about is like, is it really gonna be? I mean, again, I was taking developers at their word, and granted, I'm not like the biggest FromSoft fans, but they haven't really like, from what I've seen, I haven't really cucked over the audience, say like Activision or Blizzard or say Halo. Oh, we're gonna have co-op. They don't. See, at least they didn't go around making false promises. I'll give them props for that. But yeah, that's it. That'll about wrap things up, and I'll catch you guys later in the next Armored Core video if I ever get the chance to. Peace.